So, hi everyone, and thank you for joining me. So, today we are going to explore something that might sound strange at first, but I promise it'll make perfect sense by the end of our time together. So, let me ask you something that might feel oddly familiar. Have you ever felt afraid of something you've never experienced? Maybe you get anxious around water, even though you've never had a drowning incident. Perhaps you have an unexplained fear of abandonment, despite having loving, stable relationships. Or maybe you feel guilty about being happy, like something terrible will happen if you enjoy life too much. Now, here's another one. Do you ever find yourself saying things like your mother or your father, even when you swore you'll never be like them? Do you notice patterns in your family? Same struggles, same relationship dynamics, same fear showing up generation after generation. And if any of this resonates with you, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not broken, overly sensitive, or imagining things. What you're experiencing has a name in the world of family systems and healing, and we call it inherited trauma, or what I like to think of as ancestral echoes. These are emotional imprints, fears, and survival patterns that get passed down through family lines, not just through stories or learned behaviors, but actually through your nervous system itself. You see, your body just doesn't carry your own experiences. It also carries the unresolved experiences of those that came before you. Your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and beyond. Science is now showing us what ancient cultures have always known. Trauma doesn't die with the person who experienced it. It gets passed down through something called epigenetics. Changes in how your genes express themselves based on the experiences of your ancestors. So today we are going to take a gentle journey into your family line, not to relive old pain, but to understand it and honor it, and finally let your nervous system know that the danger your ancestors faced is over. You get to be safe now. You get to live your own life, free from fears that were never yours to carry in the first place. Before we begin, I want you to know that this work is deeply sacred. We are not here to judge or blame anyone in your family line. Every generation did their best with the resources, knowledge, and safety that they had. We are here to heal with love, thank those who came before us, and to free ourselves and future generations from carrying unnecessary burdens. Find a comfortable position where you won't be disturbed. This is profound work, so please be gentle with yourself. And you can pause this meditation anytime you want to. Now, Let's start by understanding how family systems actually work in your body. Because it's not just psychology. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Feel your breath. Feel your heartbeat. This nervous system that you're feeling right now has been shaped not just by your own experiences, but the experiences of everyone in your family line who survived long enough to pass on their genes. Think about it this way. If your great-grandmother lived through a war, her nervous system learned to be hyper-vigilant, to scan for danger constantly, and to never fully relax. The state of alertness that helped her survive. But here's what's fascinating. When she was pregnant with your grandmother's developing nervous system was bathed in the stress hormones of someone living in survival mode. So your grandmother was born with a nervous system already hardwired for danger, even if she never experienced war herself. And when your grandmother was pregnant with your parent, the same thing must have happened. And then when your parent was pregnant with you inherited not just your great-grandmother's eye color or your grandfather's height, but also their survival strategies, their fears, and their unresolved trauma. This is why you might feel anxious in situations where you're actually safe. This is why you might have fears that don't match your lived experience. Your nervous system is still running programs designed to keep your ancestors alive in situations that no longer exist. But here's the beautiful thing. Just as trauma can be inherited, so can be healing. When you heal these patterns in yourself, you are not just freeing yourself, you're healing backwards through your family line and also breaking the cycle for future generations. Now bring to mind one fear or pattern in your life that feels bigger than your actual experience. I'll give you some examples. A fear of speaking up when you've never been punished for your voice. Anxiety about money, even when you have more than enough. Feeling like you don't deserve love, despite evidence to the contrary. A sense that something terrible will happen if you're too happy. Difficulty trusting people, even good people. Feeling responsible for everyone else's emotions. A very deep fear of abandonment or betrayal. Just pick one. Don't try to figure out where it came from or analyze it. Just notice. What's the one fear or pattern that feels too big for my own story? You can close your eyes if you haven't done so already, or you can keep them open, whatever works for you. I want you to now feel that pattern in your body. Where do you sense it? Maybe it's a tightness in your chest, but not in your stomach. A tension in your shoulders. Shallow breathing, or just a feeling of heaviness or darkness. Just notice where This inherited pattern lives in your body. You're not trying to fix it or change it. You're just acknowledging it. This is how my ancestors' unhealed experiences show up in my nervous system. Now we are going to do something that might feel unusual, but trust the process. We are going to invite your ancestors into this healing space, not as ghosts or spirits, but as living energy that flows through every family line. At this stage, close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or soften your gaze. Imagine you're sitting in a beautiful, safe space, maybe in nature, maybe in a sacred room. Whatever feels most peaceful to you, you cannot get this process wrong. In this beautiful, sacred, safe space that I am, imagine now behind you the presence of your parents, your mother on one side, your father on the other. You don't need to see anything or have any specific images. Simply receiving the words is enough. And if you are having some knowings or visions or feelings, that's fine too. Just sense their presence behind you, holding space for this healing. I can now sense, see, feel my parents behind me. And behind my parents are their parents, my grandparents. The four figures standing behind you: mother, father, and their parents, holding space with love. Behind your great grandparents, imagine their parents, which would be your great grandparents. And just keep expanding this vision, going back, great great grandparents, and beyond, line upon line upon line of ancestors stretching back through time. Some of you might know, some of you are complete mysteries to you. But they all share one thing: they survived long enough to pass life to you. Feel the magnitude of this right now. Hundreds of people lived, struggled, survived so that you could be here today. Each one faced challenges, traumas, and losses. Each one developed strategies for survival. And you are here. Now, here's the key understanding. Every survival strategy your ancestors developed was perfect for their situation. Their anxiety, their hypervigilance, their people-pleasing, their anger, they were not character flaws. They were intelligent adaptations to difficult circumstances they had. So your great-grandfather's rage might have protected him from exploitation. Your great-grandmother's people-pleasing might have kept her family safe in a volatile situation. Your ancestors' mistrust of strangers might have saved their life during difficult times. So just take a moment now to honor the intelligence of your family's survival strategies. Even the patterns that feel difficult in your life right now, they come from love, from the fierce determination of your ancestors to stay alive and keep the family line going. Silently or out loud, say this to the ancestral line behind you. Thank you for surviving. Thank you for developing the strategies that kept you alive. Thank you for making it possible for me to be here. And now feel the gratitude and love flowing from you backwards through time, reaching every ancestor who struggled and survived. Many of them never got to heal their trauma, never got to feel truly safe, and never got to know that their descendants would be okay. You can give them this gift right now. Your healing, your safety, and your presence travels backwards now through the family line, letting every ancestor know that their sacrifices mattered and the family line not only survived but is thriving. Now comes the powerful part. We are going to help your nervous system understand that the dangers your ancestors faced are over. You get to live your own life, not their unfinished story. Still sensing your ancestral line behind you, place both your hands on your heart. Feel your own heartbeat, your own breath, your own life force. Speak to your nervous system with love and clarity. And you can say this silently or out loud. Dear nervous system, thank you for carrying the survival wisdom of my ancestors. Thank you for trying to keep me safe using the strategies that kept them alive. I honor this protective love. And now, I want you to know something important. The dangers they faced are over. The war is over. The famine is over. The persecution is over. The abandonment is over. I am safe now in ways they never got to be. I am safe now in ways they never got to be. You can stop scanning for dangers that no longer exist. You can now stop scanning for dangers that no longer exist. You can stop carrying fears that were never mine to begin with. I am grateful for your protection, and now I'm giving you permission to relax, to trust, and to let me live my own life fully. Feel this message settling into your cells, into your nervous system. Imagine the part of you that has been living in your ancestors' survival mode beginning to relax, beginning to understand that it is safe to stop carrying these burdens. Some of you might feel a shift in your body, a softening, a deeper breath, a sense of space opening up for you. You might feel emotional as old fears begin to surface. You might feel nothing at all, and that's okay too. Healing happens in its own time. Now, imagine the pattern that you identified earlier, the fear or the struggle that feels too big for your own story. Imagine it as a heavy backpack you've been carrying. You can feel it in your body, you can see it in your mind. It's not yours. It belongs to your ancestral line. And while you can honor what it represents, you don't have to carry it anymore. So gently, lovingly, imagine taking this backpack off your shoulders. Place it at the feet of your ancestors and say to them, "This belongs to your time, not mine. I honor your struggle and I choose my own path. This belongs to your time, not mine. I honor your struggle and choose my own path. This belongs to your own time, not mine. I honor your struggle and I choose my own path." Now feel the weight lifting from your body. Feel the shoulders relaxing. Your breathing might be deepening. Your posture might be straightening. And anything else you're experiencing now. This is what it feels like to live your own life instead of repeating your ancestors' unfinished story. Now, with this ancestral burden lifted, let's explore what becomes possible when you're free to be fully yourself. Take a deep breath now. And with your ancestors still behind you, imagine stepping forward now, away from your ancestral line. You're not abandoning them, but you're just claiming your own space, your own time. What would change in your life if you were not carrying your ancestors' fears? How would you move through the world differently? Now, maybe you would speak your own truth without fear of abandonment, pursue your dreams without inherited shame, love without the terror of loss, trust your intuition, feel worthy of happiness without waiting for it to go away, set boundaries without guilt about disappointing others. Whatever comes to you, whatever is relevant to your experience. Now choose one area of your life where you'd like to live more freely. Maybe it's relationships, career, creativity, self-expression, or simply the ability to feel safe in your own body. And now, imagine this area of your life infused with your own authentic energy rather than inherited patterns. How does it feel in your body? What opens up and what becomes possible? Place your hands on your heart and make this commitment to yourself. I choose to live my own life. I honor my ancestors' journey while walking my own path. I break the cycle of inherited fear and choose inherited wisdom instead. Feel the power of this choice settling into your nervous system. You are not disrespecting your family by healing. You are completing their journey, fulfilling their deepest wish that their descendants would not only survive but thrive. Now, as we prepare to close this sacred journey, let's establish some practical ways to continue this healing. First, recognize that this kind of deep healing happens in layers. You might find that old patterns surface again, and that's normal. Each time they do, you can return to this understanding. This pattern belongs to another time. I choose my own response. This pattern belongs to another time. I choose my own response. When you notice inherited fears arising, simply try this practice. Place your hand on your heart. Take 3 deep breaths. Ask yourself, is this fear based on my actual experience, or does it feel bigger than my story? And if it feels inherited, gently remind your nervous system, the danger is over. I am safe now. The danger is over. I am safe now. The danger is over. I am safe now. Now, second, honor your ancestors always while maintaining healthy boundaries with family patterns and family pain. You can love your family deeply while not choosing to repeat their struggles. You can be grateful for their survival while living differently than they did. And remember, healing inherited trauma isn't about blaming previous generations. It's just about breaking cycles with love. And also consider this as an ongoing practice. Family constellation healing often reveals patterns in layers. You might work with one inherited pattern now and discover the others later. This is just the natural process of awakening to your authentic self. And if this meditation today has brought up any strong emotions or memories, just know this is just old energies I was already carrying, coming up to be seen, to be healed. Now, as we complete this journey together, take a moment to feel yourself in the present moment. Feel your body in this space, your breath moving naturally, your heart beating with your own rhythm. You are not your ancestors' unfinished story. You are not your family's inherited trauma. You're a unique soul with your own gifts to offer to the world. You carry the best of your ancestral line, their resilience, their love, their wisdom, while being free from their unhealed patterns and fears. Sense your ancestral line behind you one more time. one last time. But now feel their energy differently. Instead of unresolved trauma, feel the pride, feel the gratitude and the safety. Feel their blessing as you step forward into your authentic life, carrying their love while walking your own path. When you're ready now, gently wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Take a few natural breaths. Feel yourself returning to ordinary awareness, but carrying this understanding with you. Know that you can return to this meditation whenever you need to remember that you are free to live your own life. The cycle of trauma ends with you. The legacy of wisdom begins with you. Thank you for having the courage to do this deep healing work. Thank you for honoring your ancestors while choosing your own path. And thank you for breaking cycles that may have continued for generations. Honor the healing journey that transforms not just your life, but the story of your entire family line. Thank you very much for joining me today, and Namaste.